40 years ago, we crossed the Red Sea. 40 years ago, we thought we were free. Little did we know of the long journey ahead of us. Little did I know of the promise God had set me up for. I was there when he stretched out his staff and the Red Sea split. I stood right next to him when everyone else chose to stand against. I set up the tent of meeting and sat right outside with diligence, and even after Moses left, I stayed back to experience his presence. Carrying his staff, he taught me all I needed to succeed, and now that he's dead, it's my turn to lead. That same presence is with me and goes before us now. It took us past the Jordan and into Gilgal, and today the walls of Jericho are coming down. Rumors have spread. The people are shaking. We've been marching around their city. The walls are coming down, and it's gonna get a bit windy. 40 years ago, we crossed the Red Sea. Today, I'm getting the land that was promised to me.
40 days ago, Jesus rose from the grave. Before he ascended, he instructed us to go and wait. Wait for the promise of another helper, one that abides in us and will be with us forever. He is a comforter in all situations. This promise will equip us to make disciples of all nations. The journey set before us might not always look pretty, but he instilled this in us before leaving. Looking back on these 3 years is all in preparation. Everything Jesus has taught us has set us up for a new congregation. We've been pruned by the words that have been spoken. Our old habits and mindsets have been broken. From come and follow me to it's better that I leave, being a disciple hasn't always been easy. But through testing and trial, we've been prepped for his leaving. 50 days ago, Jesus rose from the grave. Before he left, he instructed us to go and wait. Nonstop for 10 days now, we've been contending for what was promised to us. To the faithless, it must seem like a bust. But when you're holding on to a promise you can't let go, with a simple breath of his wind, it started to flow. No one expected how fast word spread around town, that power filled the room and fire came down. 50 days ago, Jesus rose from the grave, but today is the church's birthday.
2,000 years ago, Peter proclaimed the promise that had been given. Today, the promise keeper is making a way.
We're still standing on the promise that he will pour out his spirit in the last days.
We're like Joshua on the outside of Jericho, feeling the walls begin to vibrate.
We're like the disciples in the upper room, not ceasing to pray.
We're on the verge of the greatest move this nation has ever seen.
Our stomachs are turning.
And hearts are burning.
The earth is quaking.
We're crying out, waiting.
The promise isn't just coming.
The promise is
here.